If you're over 40 and feeling mentally foggy, there's a 73% chance one of these 5 hidden triggers is literally rewiring your brain for confusion. And trigger number 3 will shock you because it's happening in your gut, not your head.
Welcome back to our channel. I'm here with my husband, and as former international elite circus performers now in our 50s, we know what it feels like when your brain just stops working the way it used to. You know that feeling. You walk into a room and forget why you're there. You can't remember names like you used to, or you feel like you're thinking through molasses. Most people think this is just normal aging, but here's what we've discovered. It's not. Recent breakthrough research from Dr. Lara Boyd at the University of British Columbia proves that your brain remains incredibly plastic throughout your entire life. The problem isn't aging. It's these 5 specific triggers that are hijacking your brain's natural ability to stay sharp. And here's the thing. We lived through this. During our performing careers, we started experiencing brain fog that was affecting our ability to learn new routines and stay focused during shows. We thought our careers were over, but when we discovered these triggers and addressed them naturally, everything changed. Let's talk about what's really happening here. Brain fog affects over 600 million people worldwide, and it's not just an inconvenience, it's a warning signal. Your brain operates through 3 key mechanisms: chemical signaling between neurons, structural connections, and functional networks. After 40, these systems become more vulnerable to specific triggers that most people never see coming. Here's what shocked us. During our circus days, we were pushing our bodies to the absolute limit, but we were unknowingly exposing ourselves to these same triggers that plague people in their 40s, 50s, and beyond. The difference was, we had to figure it out fast or lose our careers. The scary part? Most people just accept brain fog as inevitable. They pop over-the-counter pills or rely on caffeine to get through the day. But that's like putting a Band-Aid on a broken pipe. You're not fixing the real problem. And the real problem is that these 5 triggers are literally stealing your cognitive resources every single day, making you feel like a shadow of your former sharp self. Before we dive deeper, hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. We release new videos every week with practical, natural solutions for thriving after 40, and you don't want to miss them. Trigger number 1 is digital overstimulation, and this one hits close to home because it's everywhere.
Here's a statistic that will blow your mind. The average person over 40 spends 7 to 10 hours a day looking at screens. But here's what's really happening. Every app, every website, every notification is designed to capture and monetize your attention. Tim Ferriss calls this the attention economy, and your brain is paying the price. When your attention is constantly fragmented across 1,000 different directions, your brain literally rewires itself for distraction. During our performing days, we had to maintain laser focus for hours at a time. One moment of distraction could mean serious injury. But in today's world, we're training our brains to be distracted constantly. The solution isn't to become a digital monk, but to practice what we call attention training. This means implementing the 20-20-20 rule. Every 20 minutes, look at something 20 feet away for 20 seconds. It also means creating focus blocks where you eliminate all digital distractions. But here's the key. You have to retrain your brain to focus on one thing at a time. Start with just 5 minutes of meditation daily. We know it sounds boring, but that's the point. If you can sit still with yourself for 5 minutes, you can focus on anything. Trigger number 2 is what we call subconscious worry overload. And this one is a silent killer of mental clarity. Every time you say, "I'll do that later," or "I need to remember to call so-and-so," you're not actually forgetting about it. You're giving it to your subconscious mind to worry about constantly. Think about it like this. Your brain has limited RAM, just like a computer. Every unfinished task, every unscheduled appointment, every procrastinated deadline is running in the background, stealing processing power from your present moment awareness. Here's the fix. Implement what we call the brain dump system. Every Sunday, write down everything you need to do, want to do, or are worried about. Then schedule specific times to address each item. This isn't just organization, it's cognitive liberation. When you externalize your mental load, you free up massive amounts of mental energy for the things that actually matter. Your brain can finally stop being a filing cabinet and start being the powerful thinking machine it was designed to be. Now we get to trigger number 3, and this is the one that will absolutely shock you. Gut-brain axis disruption. Here's a fact that most people don't know.
Over 70% of your immune system lives in your gut. But here's the part that will blow your mind. Your gut and your brain are connected by something called the vagus nerve, which acts like a superhighway for information. When we were performing, we had to eat whatever was available on the road. Processed foods, irregular meal times, high stress. We started noticing that our mental clarity would fluctuate dramatically based on what we ate, but we didn't understand why. Here's what's happening. When you eat processed foods, skip meals, or live under chronic stress, you create inflammation in your gut. This inflammation doesn't stay in your gut. It travels directly to your brain via the vagus nerve, creating the mental cloudiness you experience as brain fog. Recent studies show that people with gut inflammation score 23% lower on cognitive tests than those with healthy gut bacteria. That's not a small difference. That's the difference between feeling sharp and feeling like you're thinking through mud. The solution involves 3 key strategies. First, eliminate inflammatory foods like processed sugars and refined carbohydrates. Second, add gut-healing foods like fermented vegetables and bone broth. Third, consider natural supplements like omega-3 fatty acids and probiotics. But here's the game changer. Start your day with a simple gut-healing smoothie. Blend spinach, banana, a tablespoon of ground flaxseed, and a teaspoon of turmeric. This combination provides fiber for your gut bacteria, omega-3s for brain health, and natural anti-inflammatory compounds. Trigger number 4 is vitamin D deficiency, and this one is more widespread than most people realize. Here's a shocking statistic. Vitamin D deficiency affects over 80% of adults, yet most people have no idea they're deficient. But here's what makes this particularly relevant for brain fog. The hippocampus, which is your brain's memory center, is more affected by vitamin D deficiency than any other brain region. During our circus career, we spent most of our time indoors training or performing under artificial lights. We started experiencing memory issues and difficulty learning new routines. It wasn't until we got our vitamin D levels tested that we discovered we were severely deficient. Vitamin D isn't just important for bone health, it's crucial for neurotransmitter production, brain cell growth, and cognitive function. When you're deficient, your brain literally can't operate at full capacity. The challenge is that you can't get adequate vitamin D from food alone, and most people don't get enough sun exposure, especially those of us over 40 who spend most of our time indoors. Here's what we recommend. Get your vitamin D blood levels tested. You want to be between 50-80 mg/ml for optimal brain function. Most people need 2,000 to 4,000 IU of vitamin D3 daily, but the exact amount depends on your current levels. Also, try to get 15-20 minutes of direct sunlight on your skin daily, preferably in the morning. This not only boosts vitamin D production, but also helps regulate your circadian rhythm. Which brings us to our next trigger. Trigger number 5 is chronic dehydration, and this one is so simple yet so overlooked. Here's a statistic that will shock you. Even 2% dehydration reduces cognitive performance by 23%. Most people over 40 live in a state of chronic mild dehydration without even realizing it. Your brain is about 75% water, and it's the first organ to be affected when you're not adequately hydrated. But here's what most people don't realize. As we age, our thirst sensation decreases, and our kidneys become less efficient at conserving water. This means you can be dehydrated without feeling thirsty. The solution is simpler than you might think, but it requires consistency. Start your day with 16-20 ounces of water before you have coffee or anything else. Then aim for half your body weight in ounces throughout the day. But here's a pro tip we learned from our athletic days. Add a pinch of high-quality sea salt to your water. This helps your cells actually absorb and utilize the water instead of just passing it through your system. Also, eat water-rich foods like cucumbers, watermelon, and leafy greens. These provide not just hydration but also electrolytes that support optimal brain function. Now here's the thing. You don't have to tackle all 5 triggers at once. That's overwhelming and sets you up for failure. Start with the one that resonates most with you. Maybe it's the digital detox, maybe it's the gut healing, or maybe it's simply drinking more water. Pick one trigger and focus on it for 2 weeks. Here's what we've learned from our own journey and from working with people in our community. Small, consistent changes compound into massive results over time. You don't need to overhaul your entire life overnight. Remember, your brain has incredible plasticity throughout your entire life. Every positive change you make is literally rewiring your brain for better cognitive function. The brain fog you're experiencing isn't permanent.
It's reversible when you address these root causes. And here's the beautiful part. When you start addressing these triggers naturally, you're not just improving your brain fog. You're enhancing your overall health, energy levels, and quality of life. If this video has opened your eyes to what might be causing your brain fog, I want you to do 3 things right now. First, hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. We release new videos every week with practical, natural solutions for thriving after 40, and you don't want to miss them. Second, drop a comment below and tell us which of these 5 triggers resonated most with you. Are you dealing with digital overstimulation, gut issues, chronic dehydration? We read every comment and often create follow-up videos based on your questions. Third, check out the description section for any products or resources we recommend. We only share things we've personally tested and believe in, and will always be transparent about our recommendations. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video where we're diving deep into the specific foods that can boost your brain power after 40. Until then, stay curious, stay healthy, and remember, your best years are still ahead of you.